Hello everybody, Mr. LikeALover55 here, and welcome to another video. So today I'm going to be talking about basically the whole ordeal that's going on with Toys R Us, so I'll just go ahead and get right into it. So unless you've been living under a rock for the past few months, you would know that Toys R Us is going out of business. As of September of last year, Toys R Us filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy. And then later on here in 2018, it was announced that pretty much all the U.S. stores would be closing within the next 2 months. Within the next 2 months, at least that's what I think. I didn't do exact research or anything. I'm just sort of reiterating what I've heard, at least. So I think in this video, I thought I would go ahead and talk about, I guess, sort of how much Toys R Us has really meant to me, and just all that, I guess. So Toys R Us to me doesn't exactly mean a whole lot as much as it does to other people. I have been to Toys R Us in the past, but I never really went to it a lot, nowadays at least, because I normally like to get my Lego sets from Target or most commonly the Lego store or just other more common places, because my nearest Toys R Us is sort of far from me, and that's just one of the reasons that sort of factor into why I don't really care as much about Toys R Us as a lot of other people. That's to say, I don't. It's not that I don't care about Toys R Us. I just don't care about it as much as other people do. Toys R Us Toys R Us is a part of my childhood, and I'll just go ahead and share some experiences that I've had with Toys R Us in the past. So the earliest Toys R Us experience that I've had, or at least that I can remember, is me getting some of the new, or at least at the time, some of the new Bionicle 2009 sets. I remember getting some of the Glatorian. I remember getting Malum and Ranu, and I was very excited about that because at the time, those were the first sets to ever, or at least Ranu was one of the first sets that I ever got that had the new hand mold, and I was very excited about that. And then another experience was also in 2009. I went to Toys R Us with my dad and my cousin, and I ended up getting my Nui Set, which I'm very happy about. That was sort of a big deal because, it's Nui. It was the first time he was ever made into a set, so that was very cool. And then after that, I can't recall any other memories of Toys R Us until 2016. Pretty much, I went to Toys R Us in 2016 around the time Nexo Nights sort of kicked off. I went to Toys R Us to do this sort of build event. They were doing it for, I believe, the Shield dock. And at the time that I went to that, I did have my YouTube channel going, so I did end up having a review for that Shield dock, and I'm pretty sure it's still on my channel. However, I haven't rewatched or anything, but I'm just gonna guess it's not as good as my reviews nowadays, I guess. But anyways, back to Toys R Us. So I went there and I pretty much just got the pieces. I didn't even stay there to build it because I didn't really want to hold up the line, because the line there was pretty long to get the free build, and I didn't want to just be there and build there. I just thought I would get the pieces and then go build it later, because yeah. Yeah, so that's sort of the last experience that I've had with Toys R Us until my farewell trip, which I will get into. I guess might as well get into it right now. So I recently went to Toys R Us as of March. Let me look. I think it was March 22nd. I think. Yes, I went to my local Toys R Us for a little farewell trip on March 22nd, and what's funny is I didn't actually know this, but that was actually the day the liquidation sales for Toys R Us were supposed to begin, but they ended up not. They actually ended up doing the sales a day after that, on March 23rd, which ended up being the Friday after. So yeah, I didn't really know that until I found out until really after I was done shopping there. But yeah, so sort of disappointing. But then I ended up going to Toys R Us a week later. I think I went on again March 30th, or yeah, I might have gone March 30th, or I might have gone on Saturday, March 31st. I can't exactly remember. I think I went on the 30th though. But yeah, so my farewell trip to Toys R Us was sort of divided into two parts. But I did end up getting some Lego sets there, and I will get to that eventually. But I thought I would go ahead and talk about the liquidation sales that were happening there, at least for Lego. Now, if nobody knows, I'm pretty sure Lego sort of objected to Toys R Us's liquidation sales. They didn't want Toys R Us to put all their products on a huge sale, and that's pretty much what ended up happening. They didn't the Lego sets over at Toys R Us. They didn't have any sort of massive sale at all. For me, it was only 5% off, which was pretty disappointing, but understandable, I guess. Because Lego didn't want all of their products on sale, but it was a bit disappointing to me, because there was also this banner inside the store that said, actually, let me just try to find it here. Okay, so there was a banner in the store that said, store closing sale, this location only, everything up to 30% off original price, nothing held back. And that sort of annoyed me a bit, cause that's obviously not true. And of course, if you can see under the everything up to 30% off original price, it says some exclusions apply, just that fine print there. And if they're gonna, I just really don't like that. So I kind of just wanted to talk about a lot of the, I guess, false advertising at Toys R Us. Just a lot of the stuff there isn't advertised as it really should be. Because I remember also seeing in the Lego section, the Nexo Knights Clay's Falcon Fighter, it says only at Toys R Us, but that is not true, obviously. And it isn't even like a Toys R Us exclusive set. Like, that is a set that you could have found at Target, and obviously the Lego store, or even Walmart. So yeah, I just wasn't too keen on that, and I think those are really the only two examples that I can think of, or that I at least saw. I feel like there was another one that I'm forgetting, but those are the two major ones that I can remember. And also, so I guess going to talking about the liquidation sales. So like I said, for me it was only 5% off of the Lego products, which was, again, pretty disappointing, but understandable. However, in the game section, so I actually did check the game section to see if any Lego Dimension sets were on sale. Over there, the Lego Dimension stuff was 10% off, which wasn't really a big deal at all, because just basically to say, a lot of the stuff there, 10% off of the Lego Dimension stuff there wasn't exactly a good deal, because a lot of the Dimension stuff was still at full price, and some of them was a bit more expensive or pricey. And that's another thing that Toys R Us, that I've really just noticed now. Back when I used to go to Toys R Us, like in 2009 and even 2016, I didn't really notice, like, the increased prices. I never really paid attention to that. But I sort of tried to pay attention to it during this farewell trip, and it was definitely very noticeable. There was a couple of Minecraft sets that were definitely overpriced. The new sort of $15 sets, those ones were like $17 or $18 or something like that, or $16. So when they really should be around $15, which that's a bit disappointing. And then those are really the only examples I can think of off the top of my head. But yeah, there was definitely a lot of other stuff there at Toys R Us that was that had an increased price. So that was a bit disappointing, I guess. But yeah, anyways, I think I'm going to go ahead and show you what I got from my farewell trip. So my farewell Toys R Us Lego haul, I guess. So I'll just go ahead and show that right now. I've already recorded the clip, so if it sounds a little outdated to this recording, then that's sort of why. So, yeah, this is my haul. Okay, so I went to Toys R Us 2 times, and this is what I got when I went the first time. So I'll start with the smallest thing. So the smallest thing that I got was this Lego Dimensions Fun Pack. It was for Eris. And then the next thing I got, which I was very happy about, is let me just move that off to the side, is the Combo Nexo Powers. Now, I didn't expect to get any more of these because I didn't expect any stores to be selling these anymore, but I found this box at my Toys R Us, and there were only 2 packs left in it, and I thought, okay, I guess I'll get those, but then I also thought, why not also get the box since there's no more, so I ended up getting the box as well, so I'm very happy about that, so that'll be something nice. I'll probably put all the leftover bags of these that I have. I'll definitely do a separate opening video on this. It'll be the final opening because I do not expect to get any more of these. And yeah, I just thought I would get these since a lot of the opening videos were pretty popular, and I thought maybe one last one would be sort of a fair, I guess, tribute to them, and sort of to next night since it's sort of ending this year. So then, between my 2 trips to Toys R Us, I also got a thing in the mail from BZ Power. I won one of their giveaways, and I got a K2SO figure, so it doesn't come with the box, but that is perfectly okay. I already have the K2SO set, so I'm fine with that. So yeah, this is pretty much it's pretty much everything you would get in the K2SO set, except for the box. And like I said, I already have this set, but I'm gonna probably use this for pieces because this has got quite a lot of pieces that are very useful, especially Technic pieces. Sticker sheet, don't really know what I'm gonna do with, but I don't think I'm gonna really use it because I'm probably just gonna keep it and not really use it. I'll probably keep this in the bag because I don't really want to take that out, but yeah. Okay, so then the next time that I went to Toys R Us, which I'm actually currently, the day I'm recording this is the day that I went to Toys R Us for the second time, so you can sort of see through the bag what I got. So I guess this time we'll start with the biggest thing. So I got the Kylo Ren construction figure, as you can see. Then the next thing I got was this Avengers Infinity War Iron Man brickhead. Now, main reason I got this is just because I really like the box design, and I sort of just wanted to get at least one of the Avengers Infinity War brickheads, so I ended up getting Iron Man, and yeah, pretty neat. And then the last thing that I got was this LEGO Batman Movie Series 2 minifigure. And I know what's in this one, or at least I think I do. I'm pretty sure I got the one that I wanted. This series, I honestly am not very into the LEGO Batman Movie collectible minifigure series. There's really only one minifigure I wanted from Series 2, and I think this is the one that I wanted to get. But in total, this is pretty much everything that I got. Got Dimensions Fun Pack, I got Avengers Infinity War Iron Man brickhead, LEGO Batman Movie Series 2 blind bag, Nexonite Combo Nexo Powers Wave 1 blind bags. And speaking of which, I've never seen the Wave 2 blind bags in store at all, and from what I believe, I'm pretty sure the Wave 2 was never released in the United States, and I don't think it ever will be, because I believe it should have the Wave 2 should have been released with the second wave of 2017 sets, and they didn't. So, and I have seen like videos on Wave 2 openings, but they were in different languages, so I'm assuming they were released in other countries, but they were not released in the US, which is a bit unfortunate because I really liked the Combo Nexo Power blind bags, and it's just also a bit disappointing because I don't believe LEGO ever said anything about them not releasing in the US, so at least, I don't know, maybe they did say and I just completely missed it, but I don't recall them saying that at all. And then lastly, I got the K2SO figure from BZ Power. Thank you, BZ Power, for that. But anyways, that's pretty much it. So yeah, this is my final Toys R Us haul. So I think that pretty much concludes this discussion video on Toys R Us. Now, I don't really do these type of videos very frequently, just me talking about a certain subject, but I feel like this video was something that should have been made because Toys R Us doesn't mean as much to me as it does to a lot of other people, but it is still a part of my childhood, and I feel like I should at least pay my respects to Toys R Us, even if they do have some overpriced stuff there. But that's not the point. But the point is to just say farewell to Toys R Us. You've been a great part of my childhood. Not as great as other people's, but still very important part, I guess. But anyways, I think that's pretty much all that I have to say, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching, and keep building!